Hey, welcome back to my stamp room. This is Kimberly with stampinbythesea.com, and today I want to show you something fun with vellum. I love vellum. I think it's it gives a project a very soft, delicate look, and this project's a little bit different, and I wanted to show you how I put it together. This is actually an envelope, and I just licked it, cut off the top, and I've actually put a piece of pink inside, and that's a full piece. It's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but that's not going to come out. That's going to stay put. And I have a piece of vellum that I actually have my little greeting inside. And this could be used for a gift card if you wanted, and there's many uses that you could do. But I love this card, one, because of the vellum, and I think the vellum really stuck out. When working with vellum, though, you just want to be careful because it is a slick surface. And so you want to use either a craft ink, which is what I've used. I've used a basic black craft ink, and then I embossed it with clear embossing powder. Now you can also use some StazOn, because remember, StazOn stays on. It stays on everything. So the only thing you wouldn't use StazOn with is really fabric, because fabric you would get a feathering. So let's talk about this project. The first thing I did was I cut a piece of 4 inches by 5 1/4, and this is Pool Party, but this is our coordinations. And you saw that I had made this in pink, but I thought, gosh, I really would want one for, you know, maybe a boy too. So I'm just going to take my sanding block and kind of roughen this up, because boys are a little rougher, girls are a little bit more delicate. And we'll give it a little rough and tough areas there. I love our coordination cardstock. It's really a great cardstock, perfect for sanding. Now, before we get started, like I said, I took the envelope, cut off the top, licked it shut, and now I'm going to take a 1-inch circle punch and just give little half moon circles on each side. And of course, you know, I'm not measuring this, so hopefully I'm getting it straight. If not, we're going to take that larger piece of cardstock and just put it inside all the way. If it sticks out a little bit, fantastic. Just gives it a little bit more character. And we're going to go ahead and stick this piece on. Now with this piece I'm going to use dimensionals. So let's put some dimensionals on that. And this is going to just be like the base of our card. And we're going to stick that directly on the front here, as centered as we can. So now I'm going to just take some linen thread and wrap it around. I'm going to wrap it around, about 3 times. And then I want enough to create a bow. Alright, so let's just go ahead and tie that in a knot. Okay, once we get our knot, we're just going to leave that alone for a minute. We're going to come back to it. Now for this piece, I actually want it to come down further than the vellum. Okay, now what I like to do is I just take a 1 3/8 square punch and try to get it as perfect as I can. It just helps me line up for a banner. Looky there, I think that's pretty darn good. Oh, it's still a little bit long. So let's go a little higher, but not too much higher. Again, you want it to go up. Ooh, look at that. Looks like a little chevron. Okay, that'll work. Now, for this piece, I'm just going to shimmy this up into that linen thread. It's not going to be attached, and I'll show you why in a sec. And then for this piece, we're going to do the same thing. Remember, I've already stamped it with the black StazOn. Black craft ink. Silly me. And again, I'm going to just use that as my guide. Oh, a little snaggy there. And for this guy, it's going to go over. Now, how this is going to stay on is I'm going to take this cute little clip. It's the bird. Oh my word, he is so cute. If you haven't seen our little cute clips, they're really adorable. I put an arrow on the other one. This one, I didn't want the arrow, I wanted the birdie. And we're just going to put it right there. Now, the big thing is you want to make sure you're behind there. And with the coordinations and using the honeycomb embossing folder, you got to be careful because it does rip. But remember, this is for a boy, so ripping is good. Not worried about that at all. All right, so now I'm going to take this big silver button. I'm going to go ahead and thread it with my linen thread. They're kind of heavy, but they're really cool. And with the silver of the clip and the silver button and silver on Pool Party, it really just makes a nice coordinated fit. Now I'm going to tie that in a knot and then tie a bow. And you may be noticing that this button kind of wiggles around a little bit. I have a fix for that. I'll show you in just a sec. Let me get this bow tied. Love it. Okay. Now, here's my fix. I'm just going to take a mini glue dot and put it on one side, and then I'm going to take another mini glue dot and put it on the other side, and now it's not going to move. Now let's go ahead and cut our tails. And again, I would stick a piece of vellum inside for my little sentiment, and now we have a girly pretty version and we have a boy version. All right, thanks for stopping by. This is Kimberly at stampinbythesea.com. I'll see you again.